We are live. What's going on, Matt? We're Stout
Not too much.
Sportsmen.
Yeah, not too much. Yeah, just enjoying a couple nice days here, and
Yeah.
yeah,
How's that water treating you?
a little windy today, but
Yeah.
we caught fish today. Caught a bunch of fish yesterday. Caught a bunch of fish last week. I do have a video edited up from the 2 days we fished last week, and then yesterday. That's all ready to go. I just got to throw it up on YouTube here. So
Cool.
yep.
Yeah, I got my boat out on Saturday for the first time.
Mhm.
And of course, you have to work out that first time in the year issues. And this year it was the trolling motor. So
Yeah, the video clip that you sent me, it did not sound very good at all.
at the end of the day, we didn't fish much past, I think it was 2 or 3, whatever. I forget what time exactly. But at the end there, it wouldn't even turn clockwise. It was just like kind of just it just
Right.
made horrible noises and just stuck. And Kim even said, have you ordered the new one yet? The guy was up front fishing, and she's like, did you order the new one yet? I was like, as soon as we get home, I found it. I got it on eBay for, I think it was $138 for the steering housing.
Mhm.
Makes it turn right and left. So should be here tomorrow, and we'll get that in.
So you didn't want to heed my advice and just go with the Ultrex?
I don't have that kind of money.
Okay.
And I figured I've already replaced the
board in it.
the board, and I got a new foot pedal. So I mean, the steering, cool. I mean, $130 more, and I should be good with almost a new trolling motor.
Yeah, you'll have a brand new Tarova made out of parts. Parts.
Basically.
Yeah, hope the motor doesn't blow on you.
I did think of if the motor ever does go, it's like $400 for the new shaft and motor.
Okay.
Component. So if it ever does go, $400, and I can actually get a longer shaft than I have, which
you're 52, right?
Yes, I think I am.
Okay.
I would like to go to like a 60, just a little bit extra for the.
You'll definitely like the 60. I think if I would have went with a 52 on mine, anything bigger than a foot and a half waves, then that sucker would be pulling out of the water.
Yeah, I get into that on Ontario.
Yeah.
Up and down, and you'll hear the motor go.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, hopefully it's here tomorrow. I'm hopefully gonna go out and tear it up after this and get it ready to go, and then throw it in. It shouldn't take me long. I think I'm not gonna do a full video on it for replacing it. I've watched a few videos already on how to do it, so I'm just going to do a small video of how it sounds now, and then how it sounds after the fact.
Right, the before and after.
Yeah. So, and then I'll just show everybody, kind of, what a steering housing is, and kind of just go through all that, and what I'm doing. But I'm not going to do a full walkthrough of how to do it.
Right. Now, is that the difference between your Tarova and mine? What is it, a Gen 1 versus a Gen 2? Pretty much. Now, is that pretty much the steering housing unit that you're getting? Is that pretty much just off the shelf? The original is what you have, or is it upgraded where it's going to be a little quieter? Or
I'm not sure. I know the one that I got fits the older model, the Gen 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same part number for the newer one.
Okay.
The video I did watch was somebody who was fixing one of the newer models, and it looks exactly the same.
Okay.
And I mean, the only difference really between the two motors is the lift assist. I think is the only thing that. Yeah. And the guy's video that I watched, his lift assist was broken, so he didn't have to really do anything with it.
I'm not a huge fan of the lift assist on there, especially because it's in the way if you do want to run your transducer cord down the groove in the shaft.
Yeah.
Yep. So I had thought about just taking it off, but I'm like, I'll just leave it on. But I didn't realize that until I had everything torn apart. Like, man, something's not right.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow, hopefully, and then I'm hoping to get out at least one day this weekend. I gotta do some work at my mom's house on Saturday, I think. So it might be Sunday before I get out.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we caught a few fish. I know you've been catching them.
Yeah, I mean, the water temperatures are like just kind of blowing my mind right now. I mean, like in the main part of the bay is like 53, 54 degrees. And then yesterday it was a little warmer and sunny out, and like back in the lagoon area that we fish a lot, it's a lot shallower and it's kind of protected. And we saw like 63, 64 degrees yesterday back there. Wow. I mean, stuff's warming up quick.
Usually they'll be on beds by then, but I don't know if it's just they haven't.
Usually by 58 to 60 degrees, they're pretty close. But there's some smallmouth in the bay. There's not a ton of them yet. I mean, we talked about, I think a week or so ago, they are starting to move in, but not by big numbers yet. There's a few here and there, but no big quantities yet.
Yeah. So let's just get to the chase and what this video actually is about. Sabine River recap.
Yeah.
So Jason Christie wins.
Yes.
Another aluminum boat guy wins.
That's an express boat too, isn't it?
Yep. So 2 weeks in a row, Bill Lowen runs an express, and he won.
Yeah.
The tournament before, and
that's got to be those guys that own express boats. They got to be pretty happy. I mean, that's really good to have two other guys running their boats, finish in first place. And
yeah,
I mean, I know on live they did talk quite a bit about maybe if you want to call it a limitation with miles per gallon or whatever you want to call it, but your fuel capacity with Christie making some of the longer runs. They had said he had to lighten up his boat and stuff like that, but actually the express boats, that's one of the boats that I'm still looking at. So
yeah.
And I mean, to me the big selling point of it is like you can get it with the C deck. The C deck is just, like, to me, it's just it's
awesome.
Yeah. And I'm like, if I did get one, I'd probably get the I think there's H series bass boat, and then there's the X whatever, but probably the X19 I think it is. And I think you get that with like a 2 or 225. I think it's a 200, but that'll do like 60 miles an hour. I'm like, yeah, I got that.
Yeah. So I know they were talking about Jason Christie running that boat, and he lightened it up. I mean, I think he said that he had a couple spinner baits, a couple crank baits or something.
Yeah, a couple rods, and like hardly any tackle at all.
Yeah. And he was just worried when they gave him a cameraman. He said the first day he was fine. He got back with like 2 gallons, but with the cameraman, he got back with like a half a gallon in his tank. So,
but I mean, all you got to do is knock your RPMs back a couple hundred RPM. You're going to lose 5 miles an hour or whatever, but you save a lot more gas.
I think he actually was, because he has the Garmin set up that actually
monitors all your engine performance stuff. Okay.
Yeah, so I think he actually was dialing it back a little bit to try and save there.
I wonder are they allowed to carry like extra fuel cans on board? They are not allowed to.
It's only it's whatever stock for the boat. Well, however that boat's sold is how they can carry. They can stop for gas,
right?
But they can't carry any extra gas.
Because I had thought they had said too with Christie that there wasn't anywhere like gas stops where he was going to, so that was one of the reasons why he why he couldn't stop for gas. But I couldn't. Can you imagine burning 40 or 50 gallons in a day? Ridiculous.
Yeah. What I'm wondering is like how you don't just have like a little can rigged, you know? How do they go through inspection that much that the first tournament, just after the first tournament, pull up your floor and put a little extra tank in?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they do inspect the boats though at some point during the season.
Yeah.
I mean, not quite like NASCAR inspects cars, but I'm pretty sure there is an inspection process.
You just got to they just got to get their dealers to make a model that just runs a bigger gas tank for them.
Extended range model.
Yeah. But anyway, obviously, I think they said it was the second lowest weight for an Elite Series event in history. So, 43 pounds.
And I mean, you look at it, and supposedly Sabine River gets like the biggest crowds like of any venue on Elite Series. I understand it, but people want, especially the people at home watching, the fans and stuff, and even the fishermen too, they want to catch bigger fish.
Yeah.
Who wants to go, do the happy dance for a 16-pound bag when, next weekend, there's going to be 25, 30-pound bags. It's just, I think they keep going back mostly for the fans that are local, just because they get a lot of support.
It's also the dollars that the whatever that area puts up, because each, the Orange, Texas, where the event was, they have to pay to have the tournament come. There's some sponsorship dollars there.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they don't have many other places to go, you go where the money is.
Yeah. I think for next season or the seasons to come, I hope they kind of switch venues up a little bit. Do I want to see them like take away St. Lawrence River? No, not necessarily, but I'd like to see them kind of move around a little bit just to kind of get a better sample of what's out there. And obviously we live on the East Coast, but it'd be nice to see them go back out west, because they really haven't done anything like out west, California, Arizona, anything like that in quite a while.
Yeah, there's those events. The St. Johns River, they've gone to 3 times now in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
St. Lawrence, they've gone to like the last 5 years or so. Yeah. Those 2 events, I'd like to see them take at least a year break, or if they're not going to take a break from them, move the event to a different area of that.
Right. Yeah. Further up the river or closer to the.
Yeah. Like when you first said the St. Lawrence, I was immediately thinking just move it west to Lake Ontario, and if you want to go up the river, you can.
Right.
But it's also that who's forking over the money to do it. So.
Right. Yeah.
I believe they had a contract with that area, Waddington, and I know they had to move it this last year, but I know they had a multi-year deal with them to do it. So I don't know how long they're gonna keep that going, but I know for Champlain this year they're going out of Vermont instead of Plattsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
It's 20 minutes across the lake.
I've actually taken. I'm pretty sure there's a ferry that goes across.
Yeah,
I've taken that. It's interesting.
We've watched it go across the lake as we were going down the lake. So we were like, "Is that thing moving?" Like when you first see it, and then
it's pretty slow.
Yeah. So
but hopefully when if it is on the Vermont side, hopefully some of those guys will go up and visit Ben and Jerry's. I want to say that's in. I want to say Burlington. I think it's in.
Yeah, we actually stayed right across the water from Burlington.
Okay.
You could see the city from our campsite.
Yep.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see him back up there again this year. As you know, it's last September I actually got to fish there, so it'll be nice to see where those guys are fishing this year.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so as far as the Sabine, I know I did I did decent. I don't know how you did. I didn't look to see yours.
I did 971.
So I think you were just under me then.
Yeah, you had 1,013.
Yeah.
Yep. The strange thing, I had 4 guys fishing on Saturday, and I still only came out with 971. But those 4 guys were pretty much from like mid to high 20s all the way down to like 45, 50.
Yeah.
So I knew that unless somebody had a spectacular day and caught like 2 4-pounders, they weren't going to fish Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, I had 3 guys fishing on day 3, also, and nobody on day 4.
Yeah.
But that's tough to see.
Because Hackney missed the cut. He was 52nd.
Yeah.
And then you had Cox and Vet 16 and 17. So those guys pulled through for you.
Yeah. What I am surprised is my overall percentage went from 84.2, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And even with only scoring 1,013, I went up to 87.1.
Wow.
And I think it was even after day 1, I was at like 89%. So, I mean, I moved I moved up, even though I didn't really do very well.
Yeah.
So I'm averaging 1,000. Basically, I have 4,006 points for the season so far.
So 1,000 a tournament. Yeah.
And I know last year it was like around 1,200 for the overall guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely not anywhere near that good, but I'm just happy every event to be able to see my number keep increasing for my overall percentage.
For me, throughout the rest of the season, it shouldn't be too hard. Right now, I'm ranked 16,629 with 54.4 percentile, 3,534 points. So I have a lot of room for improvement.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like if you have one good week, you'll move up a good 10-20%.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. So I mean, how much of the Sabine coverage did you end up watching?
I got to watch a little bit on Sunday. I fished Saturday, so that was pretty much my day there. I got to watch a little bit on Friday. I think it was Thursday or Friday. I can't remember which day it was. So I got to watch probably 4 hours or so, 3-4 hours.
Okay. It was pretty much what I expected. I mean, it was kind of slow, and it's not very fun necessarily being somebody sitting at home or behind your computer watching it. It's a little bit boring when you're watching them pull in, and I forget who it was, but he had caught like this tiny little thing, and he put it on the the tape measure scale, and it wasn't quite 12, and he flipped it, and he measured it again, and he flipped it like 4 or 5 times. And it's like, dude, it's not going to get any longer. And it's just kind of funny. Like, they're catching 3/4 1-pounders. It's depressing,
Yeah. So. I know. I guess if you watch long enough, you may be able to learn something about, grinding it out. But to me, it's that tournament equates to almost like MLF.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the first year of MLF, they were just the Bass Pro Tour. They were catching 1-pounders, and you'd get this pro on a school of 1-pounders, and they just do.
Right. Yep.
And everybody was kind of bashing them on that. Well, I mean, you're kind of in the same boat at the Sabine. You get these 1 and 2-pounders.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I'm not going to bash them for having a tournament, but it definitely wasn't the best one to watch.
Yeah. I mean, like even at the weigh-ins, like like some of the anglers would reach into their bag and pull their biggest fish out, and it's like 2 pounds, and you're just like, And you can see them like holding it up all proud, but they're inside, they're laughing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can go out and catch a 2-pound smallmouth.
Yeah.
every day of the week,
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
So we'll see. Well, I mean, we'll see. They're going from catching 43 pounds to possibly the most weight for the season at Lake Fork.
Yeah,
I've heard that they might actually even be on beds. So,
that'll be a game changer right there.
So you're looking at even. I mean, I know I watched Hellabass's video for Lake Fork, and I think he even put in like 115 pounds. So,
wow.
Yeah, I'm going a little bit lower than that, but yeah, I mean, we're looking at 100 pounds. So,
yeah,
they're gonna. It's gonna be definitely a better one to watch than the Sabine.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, 2019 they fished there, May 2nd through the 6th. So what are they, like a week and a half, 2 weeks later? And
earlier, right?
This year be earlier. But Cobb had 114, and second place was Paquette with 100, just under 102.
Yeah.
But I could possibly see 115, 120 pound bag, or not bag, but 4-day total. Sure.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit.
So that video for Lake Fork will be coming out soon, probably in a few days.
Yeah. So who was your biggest disappointment at Sabine? I probably know who you're going to say, but
Greg Hackney.
Yeah.
I mean, he finished 52nd, and I also had Carl Jacobson. He finished 55th.
55th, yep.
So I didn't expect Carl to win, but I did expect Greg to be in contention to win.
Yeah.
So for him not to make the cut to day 3 is very disappointing.
And he didn't do bad. Day 1, he was in 32nd.
Yeah.
Yeah, after day 1, and I don't know if he just couldn't find him the next day or what, but
after the first day, when I saw him in 32nd, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe he went and fished something that he wouldn't normally fish, kind of saving his spot. Knowing that, okay, he's won there before.
Right.
Maybe he's going to go and try something different than his A game.
Sure.
So then day 2 rolls around and he didn't catch him, and I'm like, oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect Carl to do very well, and I think he actually performed better than I expected at 55th.
Yeah, 55th wasn't bad. Yep. The one thing I did enjoy watching, Lee Livesey. I forget what day it was, but he was fishing those shallow spots, and the tidal waters. So the tides were starting to kind of roll out on him, and he's like, "All right, I need one more fish, and then I can get out of here." And he's like, "I got like a half an hour left." So he caught that fish, and then he still stayed in there and fished another half hour. and then they show him the cameraman sitting on the front of the boat, trying to lift the rear up, and he's got the motor tilted halfway up, and he's still getting stuck. It was quite comical, but they did eventually get out.
Yeah, I didn't see him trying to get out, but I did see him catch the one fish.
Yeah.
And I think even right before he caught that fish, he said he saw a gator. So.
Yeah, it was. I think he saw one, and I know when the camera guys were on Mosley, he had a gator over by him too for quite a while. Yep. So.
Yeah. All right. Who was your disappointment for Sabine?
Well, I'm gonna have to go with one of my 5 guys that I picked, and it's completely my fault. But C Group. When I first made my picks, I had said I just picked Clint Davis, no rhyme or reason really, but I stuck with it. I stuck with that pick. I didn't switch him off. And first day he was 71st, and second day he finished 83rd. And I can't really be disappointed, but at 83rd, yeah, you got to do better than that.
You know what though? If Clint Davis would have hit,
I would have been a hero.
Yep.
You know, if he would have finished top 10, top 5, I would have been the smartest man alive. About 2 seconds.
Yeah. All right. I think that's pretty much it for our recap. I mean, I don't think we really recapped much because there wasn't much to recap.
Yeah. I mean, tournaments like that, just being slow, low weight, stuff like that. And it's tough. It's real tough.
And especially when the weather's just getting right for us up here. It's tough to watch fishing when you can actually go fishing. Exactly.
Yep. Because I know even like last year, like late summer or fall back, when they went back down south, I think there was a bunch of weekend days that I was actually out on the boat fishing, and every half an hour or hour I'm looking at my phone and checking Bass Track, see where everybody's at. Laughing at him like, I caught a bigger bag than he did today.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap this video up.
So you said you got a before and after video coming out for your trolling motor once you get that that part in and get it installed.
Yeah, I'll be probably shooting the before part here shortly.
Okay. Well, you got to do that before you take it apart, so that would be helpful.
Yeah, I can always use that video I sent you.
Yeah, that's like a 10-second clip, but that'll work.
Yeah, and then so I'll get that up here soon, probably in the next week.
Okay.
Because right now I have no trolling motor that will really work for me. So until that's fixed, I'm really not.
If you're fishing in the river, it's pretty much essential.
Yeah, and even where I go out on Lake Ontario,
there's a lot of fort through too.
Yeah, depending on how the wind's blowing, it can be tough.
Yeah. All right. I also have a video coming out, and I don't know if I'm going to post it up tonight. It's ready to go. It's edited. It's done. But it'll either be later tonight or tomorrow sometime. I'll throw it up there.
Sounds good.
And then I still have plans to do my boat walkthrough. So nobody's ever seen a walkthrough of my boat. So I figure I'll do that. My
boat walkthrough is going to be probably delayed this year. I'm really hoping to get my rod storage figured out.
Okay.
And I would like to include that because it's going to be a big change, and definitely the way storage will be a lot different.
Okay.
So I'm holding off on that. Hopefully my metal guy will come through for me, Chris.
He's the distant brother of Stout Sportsman.
If he doesn't do it, then I might get Jason to do it.
Yeah, if any of you guys out there like OG Stout Sportsman like fans, you'll know Chris was actually in a video or 2 actually.
Yeah, he was in one of the first like 5 videos.
Yeah. Yep. So
yeah. But anyways,
when also about the Lake Fork video for our picks, when you want to try and do that Friday, Saturday, what's going to work for you?
I think we're picking up Gabe, so it'd have to be later Friday or Saturday. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
we'll figure it out.
Let me know. My schedules should be pretty clear.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks guys for stopping in and watching, and like, subscribe, and come back. And we got a couple more videos going to be coming out for you soon. So stop in. Thanks for watching.
Yep. Stay stout.
And we're out.